OpenAI's transformation.
Welcome back to the AI Strategy Sessions. Today, we're dissecting one of the most aggressive corporate transformations in recent memory. OpenAI's shift from a groundbreaking research lab to what many are calling the Apple of AI.
It's a fascinating pivot, Mark. We've seen them move on two massive fronts simultaneously, a staggering commitment to infrastructure and a complete overhaul of their product philosophy, aiming for a singular, seamless AI experience. Our sources paint a picture of a company scaling its ambition far beyond just models, preparing to control every layer of the AI stack.
That's right. Our analysis covers their massive compute deals, the highly anticipated GPT-5 roadmap, and the massive financial gymnastics required to maintain this level of growth. Let's dive in.
OpenAI's core strategy, particularly following their Dev Day 2025 event, signals a move toward becoming a global AI platform architect. They're no longer content just being a model provider.
Exactly. This is a strategy built on vertical integration, meaning they're controlling the entire AI stack. We can break this closed ecosystem down into three main layers. The core layer, the brain. This includes GPT-5 and the immense computational advantage gained from a staggering 16 gigawatt compute commitment. 2. The SDK/IDE layer. Tools like AgentKit, Agent Builder, ChatKit, and evals and Codex general availability provide the integrated development environment for AI developers. 3. The distribution layer, the operating system. This is ChatGPT, which boasts an incredible 800 million weekly active users. Wow. Supported by the new Apps SDK.
And those growth numbers really emphasize their dominant market position. As of late 2025, they've confirmed unprecedented scale, 800 million weekly active users, and 8x growth in under 2 years, and 4 million developers, 100% growth in 2 years. They're handling 6 billion tokens per minute via API, which is a 20x increase since 2023.
It's that massive distribution channel, the 800 million users, that makes ChatGPT essentially the app store of AI. The new Apps SDK even allows applications like Canva, Spotify, and Figma to run directly within the ChatGPT interface, meaning users don't have to leave the conversation to complete tasks. This move significantly reduces the need for standalone wrapper applications created by third-party startups.
This vertical integration strategy is utterly dependent on computational supremacy, and OpenAI has made moves to solidify an almost insurmountable macro-level barrier.
They have. And he did it through two landmark partnerships announced in late 2025. First, the deal with NVIDIA, signed in September 2025. This involves deploying at least 10 gigawatts of NVIDIA systems for their next-generation AI infrastructure.
To put that in perspective, that scale is equivalent to 4 to 5 million GPUs in a single project, and NVIDIA intends to invest up to $100 billion to support this deployment. The first phase is set to use the NVIDIA Vera Rubin platform, coming online in the second half of 2026.
And then, in October 2025, they followed up with AMD. This definitive agreement with AMD commits OpenAI to deploy 6 gigawatts of AMD GPUs based on a multi-year, multi-generation contract.
That brings the total known computational commitment to 16 gigawatts. This immense scale is noted as being equivalent to the entire industry's annual GPU output, which solidifies OpenAI's monopoly position in compute.
AMD expects this partnership to deliver tens of billions of dollars in revenue for them, highlighting the financial scale of this undertaking. This partnership is crucial for driving large-scale deployments, starting with the AMD Instinct MI450 series GPUs beginning in the second half of 2026. Sam Altman summed it up perfectly, saying, "Everything starts with compute, and that this infrastructure will be the basis for the economy of the future." Moving from hardware to software, OpenAI's product roadmap for late 2025 is centered on simplification and a major technological leap with GPT-5.
That's the unification strategy Sam Altman has been pushing. He acknowledged that the current product offerings had become too complicated. The plan is to streamline everything so the AI will just work for the user. The near-term priorities include GPT 4.5, internally called Orion, which will be the last model without chain-of-thought reasoning, expected within weeks of the announcement.
And the star of the show, GPT-5, is expected within a few months. This model is projected to be a major leap forward, integrating OpenAI's O-series reasoning models into a unified system. This means the AI can automatically decide whether to provide quick answers or perform deep analytical reasoning.
Beyond reasoning, GPT-5 is expected to offer enhanced multimodal support, handling text, images, voice, and even video processing. The estimates for its scale are staggering: 5 to 10 trillion parameters trained on 40T to 100T tokens.
And this leads directly to the core strategic shift of 2025, the move toward autonomous agents. Chief Product Officer Kevin Weil stated that 2025 is the year that agentic systems finally hit the mainstream. OpenAI's Project Operator, a browser agent capable of autonomously interacting with web interfaces to complete multi-step processes, is a key part of this vision.
Another autonomous agent they rolled out to general availability is Codex, an agent that can write features, fix bugs, run tests, and open pull requests. This signals a massive move toward proactive AI systems that execute complex tasks for the user rather than just reacting to prompts. Mark, the ambition driving this strategy requires enormous capital, and the financial reality of OpenAI is complex.
It is. Despite a projected revenue of $12.7 billion by year-end 2025, more than triple their 2024 revenue of $3.7 billion, profitability remains a distant goal. The company reported $5 billion in losses on that $3.7 billion in revenue in 2024 and doesn't expect to be cash flow positive until 2029.
However, their valuation suggests massive investor confidence. Earlier in 2025, OpenAI secured an unprecedented $40 billion funding round led by Softbank, valuing the company at $300 billion.
This capital infusion, especially the commitment from SoftBank, is contingent on a crucial strategic move, transitioning their for-profit subsidiary into a public benefit corporation by the end of 2025.
The PBC transition announced in September 2025 is a strategic innovation in corporate governance. A PBC is legally required to pursue a public benefit, in OpenAI's case, AGI that benefits all of humanity, while still generating profit. This legally binds the company to prioritize its mission over short-term gains.
This structure is essential for maintaining control. The nonprofit entity retains a controlling stake in the PBC, ensuring that mission-driven priorities remain central. Brett Taylor, an independent director, emphasized that this governance model creates a firewall between commercial ambitions and the nonprofit's core mission. This restructuring is a necessary step to secure the full SoftBank investment and is viewed as a blueprint for mission-driven AI development. While OpenAI dominates the consumer market with a nearly 60% share in the US consumer LLM segment, the enterprise space is highly fragmented and competition is intensifying.
That's right. Although OpenAI's GPT holds about 25% of the enterprise market share, Anthropic's Claude leads at 32%, favored for its safety focus and larger context window. Other major competitors include Google Gemini, Meta's Llama 4, leading open source, and Mistral AI.
The most notable recent challenge, though, comes from newcomers like the Chinese startup DeepSeek. DeepSeek has demonstrated the ability to build state-of-the-art AI models quickly and for a fraction of the cost, threatening to commoditize capabilities that OpenAI has spent billions to develop.
This competition has pushed OpenAI's leadership to reflect on their historical stance on openness. CEO Sam Altman said in February 2025 that he personally believes OpenAI has been on the wrong side of history regarding openness and needs to figure out a different open source strategy.
He acknowledged DeepSeek's R1 chatbot is a very good model and admitted that while OpenAI will produce better models, they will maintain less of a lead than we did in previous years. This indicates that the competitive pressure, particularly from cost-efficient and open-source models, is a significant strategic risk.
The overall message from OpenAI's strategic transformation is clear. They are building a centralized, closed ecosystem, the Apple of AI, that controls infrastructure, models, and distribution.
For the AI industry, this pivot has profound implications. The consensus is that the first generation of general AI platform startups, those that merely wrapped OpenAI's API to provide intermediary platforms, is now over. Tools like Agent Builder directly compete with workflow builders, and the Apps SDK reduces the need for wrapper applications.
Therefore, the new path to survival for startups and enterprises lies in applied AI and vertical specialization. Companies must shift focus from platform thinking to use case thinking, leveraging the giant's capabilities to solve specific, real-world problems.
The key advantages for survival now are building proprietary data moats, mastering compliance knowledge in high-barrier industries like finance or healthcare, and deeply integrating AI into existing business workflows to demonstrate clear return on investment (ROI).
OpenAI is committed to technological dominance through massive compute and the unified, powerful GPT-5. However, the successful navigation of intense competition, the financial burden of rapid scaling, and the complexity of its governance restructuring will determine its long-term record dominance.